and the real world pouring off those images.
I'm right in this, Philip. It would not specially preoccupy a radio audience or a movie audience.
The world off this vulgar, trashy advertising.
He tells you exactly what you're heading for, 30 years before you get there.
The idea of using a movie or a radio program as a way of achieving personal perpetuity of fame is a rather doubtful procedure.
Or of having this need for perpetuity of fame in the future induced into you by watching such media.
That's true.
A world we ignore. And
Therefore, all media, not just the newspaper, uses bad news as a way of selling ads. All news is fake. All news is fake. It's pseudo-event, it's created by the medium that is employed. It's pseudo-event, it's created by the medium that is employed.
Colossal fiction.
There is no honest reporting.
The word fake, actually, and the word fact are the same word. They both come from Latin, facio, meaning to make.
On any medium, it is all fake, necessarily created by the medium in question.
And the results of their efforts are expanded worldwide. Much better than any art gallery can do.
Okay. Which means hieroglyphic.
Intelligence is recognized as a global resource.
That I understand.
Engineering to tackle a particular problem in mechanics. You bring in people from biology and psychology. You bring them in from all over the mess. Period.
A tribal grouping of human beings by electronic speed has taken over the corporate family from the little nuclear family.
No, these days I just stay in and read Amazon reviews.
Most people read ads about things they already own.
Of things I already own?
So the kids today no longer feel limited to their little private families. They now feel part of a very much larger family.
Going too far.
Since most of the effects.
They don't read things to buy them,
I think I'm just looking for a sense of community.
but to feel reassured that they have already bought the right thing.
I'm like, I wonder who else out there is mad about my blender.
And I think they would find that if they tackled the problem, they would quickly begin to write the way I write. Harold Innis has the same problem.
Yeah.
His sentences are totally discontinuous.
Yeah.
Each one is a kind of little book in itself. And anybody who tries to read Harold Innis continuously goes mad. And because he wants you to use each of his sentences as a kind of world.
Yeah.
Not as a continuum. Not something in a continuum.
Do you mean it totally seriously when you say that your books can be open at any page?
Any page, anywhere, yes.
You're at the top of the intellectual tree. Is it a good sign for all of us that you failed grade 6?
Well, I never heard about that.
I think all of McLuhan's ideas had just sort of run their course.
The show, which will ensure a great deal of popularity and representativeness to the show.
And if you were a student in 1972 or 3, say,
if you can think of a sponsor or who ignores the audience,
are you going to take Marshall McLuhan's class? Oh, I don't know. It's kind of passé.
Maybe the CBC in Canada.
So that means
a big bureaucratic organization which feels it's quite above the needs of the audience. And so it creates a great many unpopular shows.
He undergoes brain surgery and the doctors remove a benign tumor the size of a lemon.
And that affected his thinking. How could it not affect your thinking?
I wouldn't say they're especially interesting. They're just unpopular.
And he was left actually unable to read. 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 And he was left actually unable to read.
And to what extent the BBC is in the same boat, I don't know, but you might be able to comment.
You did fail grade 6.
No, I didn't.
Our research made an error?
Yep.
Linear thinking again.
Yeah, it's a...
We were using the wrong hemisphere.
Classification.
problem. No, I never failed any grade ever. But anyway, that doesn't mean I did superbly well at school, because I wasn't that interested.
In school?
No, I wasn't very interested.
But you've become interested.
I've got interested since then.
Marshall McLuhan, you must come back on another evening, and I'm going to start tomorrow brokering you for the CBC. We'll get it in a whole study of Marshall McLuhan looks at Canadian politics.
I think so. That's fair enough.
I'm going to pause briefly and be right back.
Okay, so you say that Gladstone was at Confusion Corner.
I've seen an aerial photograph of it. It's where Confusion Corner streets now all intersect.
But one of the things, one of the peculiarities and unexpected results of the speed up of electricity, telegraph, and so on, one of the strange effects on writing was an understanding for the first time of the creative process. From Poe and Baudelaire, Mallarmé, and onward to Joyce and Eliot, the understanding of the creative process has mounted and mounted, and we understand now that it is very closely related to sensory perception.
I used that phrase, the medium is the message, on a radio.
Let me reassure you people, I once spoke in 1957.
TV is...
in June, to the radio broadcasters.
The radio people. I was a radio company.
At that time, they were terrified of the coming effects of television.
The radio medium is unique, and the medium is the message.
And I said, it was that, in June 1957, I said, the medium is the message, there's nothing to fear.
Does that apply to the
I can say that to you. The book is a very special form of communication. It is unique, and it will persist. I would suggest that one of the main reasons for its persistence in the future will be scriptural study.
The medium is the message, right? The sentence is the medium. So the message doesn't matter so much.
From the 3rd century A.D. to the Renaissance, the reason the book survived was Scripture.
Now, the medium took me a long time to find out what that meant.
Gutenberg, the press reached out and grabbed antiquity for the first time. The Middle Ages had no way of printing ancient books. Gutenberg reached out and grabbed the Greek and Grecian realm and dumped it into the Renaissance lap as a huge pile of garbage.
Siegfried Gideon has a wonderful chapter on anonymous history in Space, Time, and Architecture.
And it kept creative minds very busy dealing with garbage for a long time. Artists love garbage and slums. They hate suburbs and tidiness. No involvement. So the future of creativity is colossal in the world of garbage.
Yes? You're a difficult author to read.
It took me quite a while. I was right, but I didn't know why.
So you do believe in intuition very much?
Well, after all, it just means seeing.
That was a very great moment. Discovery of space, as opposed to other forms of space.
Who cares?
You mean that?
I'd like to call myself a UFO. An unidentified flying object with an intellectual world. An unclassifiable verb.
All situations are made up of an area of attention.
Figure. Human interactions often end up
called figure.
Hi, Marshall.
Hello, Tony.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Do you keep a list of those?
No, but I saw it on the news today.
Oh my gosh.
You're a public figure.
Oh gosh.